Every week, the Tesco distribution network receives and dispatches over 50,000 vehicles. Goods on trucks from all over Europe arrive and need to be distributed as quickly as possible and without incident. With over 100 trucks arriving every day, the system needs to run like clockwork, with every step followed correctly. The driver hands over his keys and receives a token. The process usually runs smoothly, but today it's taking longer than usual. The driver receives a call from his head office and he's under pressure to get back. In the office, there's been a changeover of staff and a new systems clerk begins his shift. The driver returns and he's eager to leave. There's been a misunderstanding. The clerk returns the keys too early. The driver doesn't know his truck is still being unloaded.
That's on a red light, pull it off! Stop! Don't reverse, there's somebody underneath! You'll crush him!
You have just seen the type of dramatic incident that can occur at any distribution centre. Every year in the UK, there are 246,000 workplace accidents. 12% of major accidents occur during the loading and unloading of goods.
In a busy depot like Hinckley, we can have over 100 vehicle movements on and off the loading bays in a single shift. So it's a very busy working environment. If a vehicle pulls off a loading bay, that can result in a loader or a goods-in member of staff falling out the back of a vehicle. They can be injured with their MHE and their equipment. They could fall out with that, they could be crushed and face some very serious injuries. We have heard of companies in other parts of our industry where people have been killed.
This is very much an industry-wide problem. Every distribution centre, every distribution company in the UK, Europe, across the world will have this issue.
The current system relies on people getting everything right 100% of the time, and that's just not realistic.
For Leslie Whitaker, a systems clerk at Tesco for 21 years, the issue of driveaways is all too real.
You never think that there's going to be an accident in your place of work, but it did happen here. A driver pulled off the bay, somebody got hurt, and that's the scary part, and that's the side I never ever want to have to go through again.
No one person was responsible for this accident, but for those working in distribution, there can be a high price to pay.
If I was to pull off on a red light, the biggest danger would be of killing somebody. The second point would be negligence of losing my job, regardless of how many years service I'd been here. And the danger would be if somebody fell for the warehouse door and I was in danger of pushing the trailer back, I could crush that person to death.
As an unloader, you're the one that's always in the danger area. You're the fella on the back of the trailer. You're the fella who's bringing the pallets off the trailer. You're the one that's always thinking about, is it going to be me this time?
There's so many things that can go wrong. Keys can get knocked off hooks. Drivers could grab their keys, to be honest, because they're only under hooks under our counter. We give the paperwork and the driver's keys back to him. We have no safety net to tell us that bay is doors down, everything's shut off. We've not got 100% assurity that it's okay to let that driver go.
If we're reliant on people, people want to get the job done. They are doing it to get further forward with their organisation to get the product out. But then people might make mistakes. If they make a mistake, that mistake can be fatal, it can be catastrophic, it can cause serious injury. So if we can take out the human element and prevent those errors occurring, that's the way forward.
Tesco takes employee safety very seriously. Distribution Health and Safety Manager Joe Carthy has been looking into ways to reduce the risk of drive-offs.
One of the challenges that we all face is there isn't a ready-made solution. It's just not out there. We've got together with a number of our operating partners and asked them to develop a solution that would address the specific challenges we face within Tesco's.
The answer is 2 separate physical solutions to reduce the risk of driveaways. one for goods in and one for goods out.
Our operating processes for goods in and goods out are very different. One size doesn't fit all here. We need two separate processes, two separate systems. So the primary focus for the solution for goods in, we needed to get to a position where a driver could never have their keys returned to them whilst a warehouse door was still open.
A new key control system has been developed to work with the existing goods in process. Systems clerk Adam Marklew explains.
The driver comes into the office and he brings us his keys, which we then put onto an iFob which looks like this. We insert the fob into the cabinet. It then sends a signal to the bay door, which enables the tipper to be able to open the door safely. Once they've unloaded the vehicle, they then put the door back down and it sends a signal back to the cabinet, which enables us to release the driver's keys. If they haven't put the door down properly, then it won't release the keys, so it's completely safe.
With the key locked away in the cabinet, the driver can't drive away from the loading bay until the loading bay door is closed and everyone is safely out of the way.
If an electronic key control system is in place, the likelihood of a drive-away incident occurring is reduced down to a very, very low level. With this in place, it prevents the human factors coming into it. It's a brilliant move forward to prevent these accidents from occurring.
For the staff on the ground, it's been a welcome change.
I'm so impressed with the new system. It's so easy to use and it takes away that awful thought in the back of the mind that the driver may drive off with you on the back of the trailer.
Some people are resistant to change. They shouldn't be with this. It is an excellent system. As a person that benefits the most from this system, I now feel safe in my job.
With the new system, I feel completely safe. I have my, as I call, my security blanket back.
The reception from the staff and from the drivers has been absolutely fantastic. From the staff at Goods In, very simple for them to use with a simple iFob, and they absolutely love the system because they know it protects them and stops them from being injured or being on the back of a vehicle when it pulls off a loading bay.
I'm really happy with this new system that we've got, and I can reassure any staff that will be having this system that if they have any doubts in their mind, like I have had, they won't have any more with this system. Fantastic.